Hey gamers, Lord Monner 85 here, and today we are going to be talking about this guy, the Oculus Quest 2. Now, this over here, this is a new product, obviously, and it is finally officially announced. Now, I think it was last week I made a video kind of saying, what are we going to see? Well, a lot of the things I talked about, we actually saw. The only, either by, just different people talking about it, or John Carmack. John Carmack talked for a while and kind of went off the rails a little bit, but that's what John Carmack does. Um, yeah, this thing was finally officially announced by Facebook, officially. And the thing is, it kind of blew my mind because I was expecting more of a Quest Lite, not a full, like, almost next gen product. I mean, if you look at the specs here, let me bring the specs up here so I can look at them. The specs for the Quest are there's either the 64 or the 256 gigabyte model. It's a two-tone design, as you can see here by the picture. I can just go here. It is a two-tone design, as you can see. I'm just gonna scroll down a little bit. Black and white, so it's kind of a mixture. It has a Snapdragon XR2. Now, if you don't know, the XR2 platform, the XR2 chip, is the VR mobile platform, VR mobile chip that was specifically designed for virtual reality in the first place. The 835 that we have in the original Quest, which is up there, is older, and it was even kind of older when it came out. But this XR2 chip just literally announced earlier this year, and it was just released not too long ago for manufacturers to use, or in this case, Oculus. It is using 6 gigabytes of RAM rather than the 4 gigabytes we had on the original Oculus Quest. It is 503 grams, whereas the original Quest was 571 grams. So it's about 10% lighter, but I think we're going to be able to find that lighter. I've also seen pictures of it in different things where it's quite a bit smaller. And of course, now the strap is different. It's more of a Halo strap this time, or like not a Halo, but like a kind of like what we had in the Go or the Gear VR, very similar to that. And then finally we have an 1832 x 1920 per eye fast switch LCD panel rather than a Pentile OLED display, running at 90 hertz rather than 72. Now, default right out of the box, it's not going to run 90 hertz because currently, I mean, your menus and stuff will, but it's only going to run at 72 unless the developer decides that they're going to up it to 90. And that's kind of, is this developer, Beat Saber, whoever is going to do it, they're going to have to look at that first and then go for that. And it's pretty crazy on the specs on this new headset. It's not like going from a Nintendo DS to a Nintendo DS Lite. It's more like going from a PlayStation 4 to a PlayStation 4 Pro, or even to a PS5. It's kind of a crazy jump. And for $299, they did obviously take a little bit of cutbacks with design as far as like materials and stuff. I seen a couple videos from Tyrell Wood and MRTV and Tested. I did one, and so I seen those guys and they talked about it a little bit here. Oh, Nate did one too. And it seems to me that the stuff that they're using to make them is a little less, not as premium as the first round. But obviously, the market will grow then with VR. There is another thing that, just as I said before in the previous video, you do have to have your Facebook to log on to this device. Is that a bad thing? Some people say yes, some people say no. But like I said in my last video that I talked about any of this stuff, the simple fact is you're being monitored constantly by your cell phone, Alexa, Microsoft, doesn't matter what it is, you're being monitored. So I'm not going to go into that. Besides, I didn't really want to make this video very long. Um, I am personally excited for the new Quest. Now, am I going to get one? No. And the reason is because I spent $399 last year on mine, which I got mine in August. So just slightly over a year. And I just cannot upgrade yet. There's just not, I can't do it. But that doesn't mean I can't buy one for my wife, which I actually did pre-order mine today. So right here is my pre-order. And I'm not going to show it because it'll show my address and stuff, so I'm not going to do that. But I did pre-order it today. And it'll be here, according to the thing, it'll be here on the 12th of October rather than 13th. I think that's because maybe they ship them out earlier or something for the people that pre-ordered. And there's a couple reasons I wanted to get it for my wife. Number one, I want her to be able to play VR games with me. We have a Windows mixed reality one, which is fine, but if we're in the same Oculus system, well, I guess it's the same thing, right? Ecosystem, it'll make it a little easier to kind of find each other and do things. But I know XR, as we all know, is going to kind of change that. And I think that we're going to see more of that. But what my point is on this is I really wanted to be able to enjoy those things with her. So I figured this way, it would be a good way for us to watch movies together and like big screen. We can hang out like when Facebook Horizon finally does release. We can hang out together in there. We can go watch concerts and different things in the Oculus venues. We can play games itself together. We know Beat Saber is going to be coming in multiplayer soon. I already have, excuse me. I already have Synth Riders, and we've played that before together with the Windows Mixed Reality and my headset, and we've had a blast with that. And there's a lot of other multiplayer opportunities there. There's a lot of games. She likes the game House Flipper, like the pancake version of it. That's on the Oculus Quest in a VR version. So, and I told her that. She's just like, oh my god, I gotta have that. And so I think it's going to be a great way to have us be at bond even more. And I think with her having the higher, because she does tend to get motion sickness from time to time using VR, so I think having that higher refresh rate will help, and being lighter, because she didn't really like the mine very well because of the weight, and I think that will help out a lot. But yeah, that is the personal reason why I'm not getting one. But the question is, should you get one? And that is all, just like in the last video, all up to you. That's completely your decision because it depends on your situation, on what you're thinking. Should I get one? Should I not get one? If you think you want it, go for it. Now, just like any type of equipment, for me, I'm going to wait until mine either wears out or gets to where I can't play games on it anymore. Once that happens, then I'll get the Quest 3 or 4 or whatever comes out, or maybe this one, maybe it's going to, be less time than we think. So let's go ahead, and the next thing I wanted to talk about in this particular video is something, I don't know if it's been really talked about a lot, but I just found out about it tonight rather than earlier today. Because when I saw the Facebook Connect presentation, it was actually at noon here Central Standard Time. I only saw about 15 minutes of it, which was mainly the Quest launch and a couple other things. Now, what I wanted to talk about was this article I saw on Road to VR, and it is about Facebook to discontinue Rift product line in 2021 and will no longer build PC-only VR headsets, which is kind of more of a hybrid thing. Funny thing is, I actually saw this coming when they invented that thing, and I'll explain why. Let me explain. When I bought my Quest, my personal Quest, or actually when I saw the presentation for this before it was even released, I thought to myself, hey, I'm going to buy that and I'm going to use it for PC VR because there's got to be a way to do it. And I was thinking to myself, I think RiftCat could do it. Now, this was at the time when I didn't know about virtual desktop and all that stuff yet, ALVR and those type of things. But I was like, I could play PC VR games with RiftCat, and I could play standalone games on the Quest itself. I was just hooked. This is before I bought one. This is before any of that stuff. Well, lo and behold, we have PC VR with Quest Link. We have a pretty solid wireless solution with virtual desktop. And I guarantee you eventually we are going to see a first party wireless dongle or something, or software update or something from Oculus to support wireless PC VR as well. So I can almost guarantee you, I mean, the Quest is going to make, well, it already has, it's going to make the Rift irrelevant. The Quest and the Quest 2 is just a much better headset than the Rift itself. There's so much more you can do with them. So really, in all seriousness, it's too bad, but at the same time, it makes sense. So I know things are sounding crazy, as far as the Rift is concerned, and like PCVR and that stuff. And as PCVR did, heck no. We're just getting started. And like I said, I just think it, as far as the Rift itself, it's a dead line. And I said this clear back when I was like, I'm gonna get the Quest. I had in my head, there's no reason to have a Rift. But yeah, those are the things I kind of wanted to go over today. I was really interested to see how things were going to go, see how things were going to work. I wasn't sure on how as far as they were going to do it. And it was weird. For some reason in my mind, I thought they were going to have it on stage and just film it. But no, it was just kind of like the presentation we saw with NVIDIA. Actually, PlayStation, side note, PlayStation had their thing today. I have not seen anything on them. I haven't checked anything on them. I'll have to check that out. But, yeah, very interesting stuff we got to see today. We even saw a kind of a futuristic AR thing. I mean, interesting stuff in an interesting time we live in. So, with that being said, I hope you found this video interesting. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like, go ahead and check out my Facebook, my Discord, and my Twitter. And as always, gamers, we'll see you in the next video.